and welcome to the Futures Free video for Monday, November 20th. This is David, and let's start taking a look. Tonight I want to take a look at crude oil, which to me looks like there may be an Elliott wave setup coming together for a long trade in crude. Right, so what I'm looking at here is the idea that the move up from this May low into the September high could be an Elliott wave 5-wave advance. That is, while it's not a picture-perfect 5-wave move, you can make out 1, 2, 3, the longest and strongest portion of this move up in the advance. 4th wave bounce, similar in size to the pullback in 2, and then a 5th wave up for a new high for the move, and that satisfies what we look for from a 5-wave move. At the same time, maybe this move down from the September high is an A, B, C 3-wave move. And in the Elliott wave world, right, 5-wave moves are in the direction of trend, 3-wave moves are against it. So if this is what we've seen come together, then it is the setup that we look for another leg to the upside. And I'd be looking for minimally, back to, well, the absolute minimum objective would be back above that September high. But, roughly equal legs up, if we measure up from last week's low, would take us right to about 103 and the voodoo skyline that's there. And that's true if this is only a bigger corrective bounce, right, that's going to eventually turn back down. So if we do just keep going directly up, then and we're resuming an uptrend, right? And to kind of know what to expect, we'd have to have a clear view of the move down from last year's high and whether that was a trend move, which I think it reasonably could be, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is at least a reasonable way to interpret it. If so, we'd just be looking for a bigger corrective bounce before rolling back over for this 5-wave move up to be the A wave of an A, B, C. But even so, right, if we measure where a corrective move might get to, right, after a move down like that, right, the 61.8 retrace is at about 105. That's a good reasonable target, right? The 38.2 retrace, also a Fibonacci proportion, is by a voodoo fire line, but it doesn't get above the September high. So maybe it goes a little shorter, 50% retrace to 97 and a voodoo tree line along or near there. But I think my main objective would be right around that 103 area, maybe up to 105, right? The equal legs up or the 61.8 retrace. Now, someone looking to take this trade might want to see a little more for its trigger, and the sort of things that I'm thinking about, right? So if we're done here, getting above this little swing high from last week would do a lot to convince us that this leg was likely over. But not too far above that is the voodoo snow line here at 81.42. Notice that is also this swing low from early October. Now, if this is going to be just an ABC correction down, right, like this, ABC from the September high, getting above the A wave creates overlap and makes it more likely that this is corrective. We're not going to lock that in until above the high of the B wave that it was likely corrective. So an early warning that it looks corrective above the snow line looks like a decent trigger in my book, right? Combine that with the fact that we tried a few times here and even here to get persistently below the voodoo tree line. Now, on the way back up from the tree line, getting above and holding above the next snow line above would be a strong indication that that we were turning back up. So, so stop would be below last week's low. All right, so I don't know, roughly a 10-point stop for a little more than a 20-point gain, and that's what I'd be looking to do here in crude. Now, if you want to do that with calls, that's another way to minimize the loss on the downside. Another possibility here is you don't have to get long immediately on triggering. You can say, well, let me wait for a pullback after it triggers. Maybe it goes up a lot before a pullback. Maybe it goes back a little. But if you use that pullback and the turn back up, once you make a new extreme, you put a stop below the pullback low, and that's a way to have reduced risk on the idea. So in any case, I want to see something to trigger to let me look long, but I do like the upside here in crude, and you've seen the reasons why. I hope you found it useful, and I will see you at a future update. Hey, David here with Simpler Trading. Thanks for taking a few minutes to watch this video. I hope you found it useful. And if you did, please help us out. Click the like button. You can also add your comments below. We love to read those and respond to them. You can also click the bell icon. That will alert you whenever we have new and updated videos. And if you want to watch us trade in real time with our own money, you can visit simplertrading.com to learn how to sign up. Until I see you again, as always, good trading, and we'll see you at the next video.